Yes, everybody. Russ from the West Ham Network. Hope you're safe and well. Welcome to the morning headlines, bringing you some of the latest news that have been affecting our good old West Ham over the last 24 hours or so. Obviously, yesterday we spoke about the Arsenal game. We spoke about the Lopetegui Guardian interview. We had the Academy show. We had Hammer's headlines. Busy day. And we're going to sort of concentrate a little bit on the Academy, in all honesty. A couple of stories affecting them coming out today. The first one is Luizao. Luizao has finally left the building on loan to Polish side Pogoń Szczeciński. I'm sure that's how it's pronounced. The club announced yesterday that he had joined the top flight Polish side on loan for the remainder of the season. Luizao, as we know, was the first of the Brazilian experiment. You know, the scouting network that Rob Newman has set up in Brazil. And we signed him at Sao Paulo in summer of 2022, I believe. And he was brought into the development squad and never left the development squad, really. The 22-year-old made 25 appearances for the under-21s this season, but could never break through into the first team. Couldn't even get in the squad in terms of the first team. And the 22-year-old has now headed to Poland to gain first-team experience. Pogoń themselves are currently on a 6-game unbeaten run. We'll talk about that with the under-21s in a minute. In the league and sit fourth in the league, pushing for a strong finish and possibly European qualification. They're also still in contention in the Polish Cup, where they host Piast Gliwice in the quarterfinals, in which could be Luizao's debut. I think they play on Wednesday, so plenty of time. I mean, it's no surprise that Luizao has gone out on loan. It's no surprise. I think for the last 18 months, we've been hearing stories that he wants to move, whether it was back to Brazil or Portugal. Obviously, they speak the native language there, his native language. We know he's got a young family. And his family are currently in Brazil. They sort of fly back and forth. And he wanted to find somewhere as a base. He didn't think West Ham was going to be it, in terms of his lack of first team opportunities, and so it does seem that Poland is going to be his not a preferred destination, but it's going to be the destination. Now, it was alluded to towards the end of the transfer window that they were open to any possibilities. He didn't really care much about where he was going to go, but he just wanted to go somewhere to start his career properly. And it could be Pogoń, to be honest. If he has a successful loan spell, I'm sure there will be a some sort of permanent deal set up for Luizao. And I wish him all the best. Nice lad, and I think under the right type of football, I think he'll thrive. So hopefully we wish him all the best in his move. And obviously we'll keep you up to date with how he gets on in the Academy show on a Monday at 6 p.m. UK time. In terms of the Academy, they played Reading last night and made it 6 wins on the bounce in the PL2. Considering early part of this season, they went, I think, seven losses in a row or something like that. They have now won 6 in a row and cementing their third place with a couple of games in hand, I believe, on Fulham and Man City above them. Man City may be a bit too far, but maybe Fulham in second place could be catchable, to be honest. It was a great game. Pretty much controlled it, really, when they played at the Select Car Leasing Stadium. That's a catchy title. West Ham scored in the first half. Josh Ajala scores his 14th goal this season, 14th or 15th in all competitions. And then the second half, West Ham sort of opened the taps a little bit. A fantastic team goal. I think it's on the West Ham Twitter feed. So if you haven't seen it, go and see it. Finished off with a nice header from Shaw Moore. Made it 2-0. And then in the dying embers of the game, a breakaway goal. Lewis Orford plays into Cam Schweier, who pretty much runs the whole of the half and slots it away to make it 3-0. Lewis Orford, again, really good performance. Those minutes in first team have really puffed his chest out, and now he's looking to really impose himself in these games now. It's brilliant to see. Quite a strange, not strange side, but sort of you had the likes of Edrich Golan Becky's play. Ezra Mayers played, Caden Casey captain the side. Obviously, Josh played. Shaw Moore, no place for Mika Dialey, so I don't know where he was, whether he's got a knock or whatever. But a great win for the under-21s, who then play Derby on Friday away from home. So no opportunity to make it. Can they make it 7 in a row? Who knows? And a bit of transfer news to finish with. West Ham are apparently, according to reports, interested in the Celtic playmaker Nicholas Hun in the summer transfer window. He scored against Bayern Munich in front of the German head coach Julian Nagelsmann, and has been in amazing form for Celtic this season, and has proven he can thrive against Europe's elite teams. So not only are we nicking Daniel Cummings on a pre-contract agreement, but it looks like we're going to go in for Nicholas, a 25-year-old. Anyone who watches Scottish football, his dribbling's fantastic. He's very quick. And in front of the goal, he's pretty lethal, to be honest. So, he's a really good player. And apparently he's a top target for Graham Potter in the summer. But he faces competition from David Moyes at Everton, Crystal Palace, and also promotion chasing Leeds United if they go up to the Premier League, which, to be honest, it looks like they are going to. Newcastle also credited with an interest in the winger, particularly following the sale of Miguel Almiron to Atlanta United. His overall record is 18 goals and 32 assists in 38 appearances across all competitions. So it's 30 goal involvements in 38 games, and he's been vital for Celtic in their arguably one of the most successful European campaigns in Europe in recent history. He scored 3 times and 1 assist, 4 goal involvements in 10 appearances against Europe's elite. He signed from Rapid Vienna in a deal worth around £3 million 18 months ago. And after an initial bedding in period, the youngster has already established himself, and he's won the Scottish Premier League, the League Cup, and the Scottish Cup. And he's one of the club's most important players. Again, what I find interesting about someone like Nicholas is not necessarily your top tier players. And I think, there's going to be this sort of balancing act between, bringing in the right players at the right price. We spoke about yesterday, Harbour Bellis, who apparently, we were interested in, who has just changed agencies to Salthouse. So that's, if anything, a very good suggestion that we'll probably be getting him in the summer. Around £15 million is what we're apparently going to be quoted. But that depends, obviously, on Southampton going down. They get relegated. I wonder if that will happen. Him, looking at Nicholas Hun, for example, and several other players who, there's the guys from the Pro League in Belgium we'd be linked with. So I think, it does seem that the Maximilian Hahn and the Carl Macaulay machine is rolling in terms of analysing, finding players maybe who are under the radar, but have all the stats to be a success when it comes to West Ham. So I'm all for it. Yes, arguably the 2 Premier League players this season have been our best 2 players in terms of signings coming in, in terms of Wan-Bissaka and Kilman. But I think under Potter, you would see some very interesting players coming through, and I'm all for it. I'm all for a change in recruitment. And someone like Nicholas Hun coming in, I think, could be really interesting, a really interesting player. Again, I suppose it depends who's moved out in the summer as well, in terms of the areas they're looking at. But yeah, that's it, my friends. Thank you very, very much for your time as per usual. Have a lovely, lovely day. We'll be bringing you the Julian Lopetegui, yes, a Freudian slip, the Graham Potter press conference later on today. The synopsis, the highlights. So you don't have to listen or try and listen to the journalist, because they never give them a microphone. I don't know why. But anyway, until then, take care. Stay safe, stay warm, stay humble, keep the faith, and come on, you bloody, bloody irons. Much love. Bye-bye.